What's up to all my beautiful queens, divas of a more mature age? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel today. I am the Eva Monroe, and we gotta talk. Today, I want to tell you why it is so important that you stay away from high-value alpha males in training. This is important. If you don't hear anything I've said, or I'm going to say in future videos, please hear this. So I did a video about 10 things, or not 10 things, about how my dating past nearly destroyed my future. And when I went back and looked, like the comment section had just been eaten alive by low budget beta males, aka high value alpha males in training. And it was really disturbing to me because there was a lot said. Like these men, some of these men, I went back and saw, like one in particular had like a 69 comment argument with some women in the comment section. They were arguing with women about how they should not call themselves queens and how they're not queens and how they hit the wall. And I mean, it was just, it was so crazy to me. I was like, oh my goodness, this is not high value male behavior. A couple comments that really stood out to me, that really made me laugh, that I knew came from low budget beta males, aka alpha males in training, was calling me a prostitute, or saying that what I was doing back then was prostitution. And really what it was, I think, was that upon watching the video, because I feel like low budget beta males have a very short attention span, they never got past the portion of the video where I talked about how I was really good at getting money from men. They stopped at that part and proceeded to commenting. They never made it to the meat and potatoes of the video where I was telling women that this didn't work for me and it nearly destroyed me. And this is really how you should do things. They missed that portion of the video. And I'm sorry, low budget beta males. Like, you got to work on your attention span. If you can sit up and watch a 2-hour live video, you could have finished my 20-minute video where I did explain to women that that is not the appropriate thing to do. I was very open and honest about how I wasn't kind to men. And I was also very open and honest about the reason why I wasn't kind to men. So if they would have finished the video, they would have saw that. But at the end of the day, let's be clear about one thing, beta males or alpha males in training. Y'all know the difference between a prostitute, a gold digger, and a woman who is just plain good at doing what she does. Y'all know the difference. And y'all know the difference because these are the 3 types of women that y'all have been dealing with your whole life. So don't come over here trying to label me and be disrespectful to me, because at the end of the day, you can't break me. And anything that I talk about on YouTube, well, I'm not ashamed of it. So that like I said before, that wasn't my shame story. That was my life. That was the truth. And hopefully it can help other women avoid going through the same thing. But it was just disrespectful and it was ugly. So let's talk about why you need to avoid high value alpha males in training, okay? First and foremost is they are being taught not to respect the aging process of women. Now, let's talk about this. I have a problem with this because one thing is for sure and 2 is for certain. We all gonna get old and we all gonna die. That's gonna happen. Some of us are going to get old a lot quicker than others, but it's going to happen to all of us. What kind of man are you when you don't respect or appreciate the aging process, the very same aging process that you are going to go through, and you're going to go through it 10 times harder than we go through it? It's disrespectful and it's ignorant, in my opinion. It's just plain ignorant, because when you go out and get a 20 or a 30-year-old woman, one thing you better be clear about is the fact that she is going to get 40. She's going to turn 40. It's the inevitable. It's going to happen. So I don't know if you hope you're dead before that happens or what you plan to do about it. Maybe you plan to pump her full of silicone. I don't know what your plan for the future is, but not being able to respect the aging process is just plain foolish to me. And then I keep hearing all this talk about how it is because they want to bear children. So when a man is in his 50s and 60s, he wants to go out and get a woman who is still of childbearing years. Help me understand that. Is that not like a big issue with Down syndrome babies and birth defects and things like that? Because your sperm can be weak and old, and it can have the same effect as a woman who has issues with her eggs. So let's not be foolish here. Let's be smart. The aging process is something that is going to happen to us all. I mean, life is going to be more kind to some of us than it is to others. But to disrespect women in behind the fact that they're going through the natural process of life is ignorance. And as they say, ignorance is bliss. The second reason why you need to avoid these men is because they have something to prove. They have something to prove, and it is dangerous to them and it is dangerous to the people around them because of the fact that they have something to prove. High value alpha men will never walk up to you and say, my name is Charles. I'm a high value alpha man. He is just being a high value alpha male. And when you see him, you know Charles is a high value alpha male. Charles does not tell you he's wearing an Armani suit because his suit smells of Armani. And if you're a high value woman, well, you can spot Armani from a million miles away, right? You don't need to be told that. These men have something to prove, and I'm telling you, it's dangerous. It's more dangerous to them than it is to us, because at the end of the day, one thing that low budget beta males know is that we have the ability to break them down. Okay, we can't beat them up, we can't overpower them, but we can break them down. We can sit them in a corner. We have the ability to have them laying curled up in the fetal position, crying, and they know this. They know this to be true. And don't let them mess around and run up on an alpha female, because they know they're in trouble then. So stay away from these men because they have something to prove. The next reason is they are disrespectful, and they are being taught that it is okay to be disrespectful to women who they feel are beneath them, even though the women that they feel are beneath them are really actually on the same level as them, if not a little bit above them. Let's be clear about that, low budget beta males. Let's be very clear about that. They are disrespectful to women about their weight, their looks, their hair, their fingernails. It's like this, in my opinion. I don't like guys who sag their pants. So guess what I do? I've always stayed away from guys who sag their pants. I've never dated a guy who had saggy pants. Why? Because I always felt like that was beneath me. I stayed away from those kind of guys. I don't like guys who are overweight. So guess what I've never done? I've never dated a guy who was overweight. Personal preference, right? Stay away from the women who are not on the level that you think you're on. Just avoid those type of women, because guess what high value men do? High value men are not dragging women who they feel are not on their level. They're somewhere with the women who are on their level. They don't pay attention to women who are overweight. They don't pay attention to women who they think are too old. They don't pay attention to women who ain't fine, because they know that they have the ability to attract to them whatever type of woman it is that they desire, because they are high value males and they get to choose. Betas, you get the bottom of the barrel. And so you're not happy with what you're left over to pick with. So the only thing you know to do is drag those women. You don't have to drag those women. Those women aren't dragging you. Stay away from those women. Avoid those women. Pay attention to your course that you're paying $9.99 or $59.99 a month for, so that you can graduate with honors, so that you can go get the same type of woman that actual high value alpha males are with. There you go. Now, the last reason why you need to avoid high value alpha males in training is because they are broken. They're broke and they're broken. But being broke is nowhere near as bad as being broken. These men are broken. And I don't know, because I don't pay attention to a lot of these courses, but I don't know if there is an area where they address men being broken, because men love to sit up and talk about how broken we are, how much, oh, their women are broken, black women are broken, they're angry, they're mad, but they never address their own brokenness. And ladies, believe me when I tell you, they carry the same brokenness that we carry. And if they're not dealing with that, they'll never be high value alpha males anyway. But that's dangerous. Broken men are worse than broken women. And you can always spot a broken man a mile away. You can especially spot him when he's in my comment section dragging women who are probably the type of women who broke him. Let's be clear about that. So, ladies, avoid all high-value alpha males in training. And you're probably going to say, well, how do I know he's in training? Oh, you know he's in training because everything about him, he exudes beta. He smells like a beta. And I won't say beta, I will say low-budget beta. He smells like a low-budget beta. He walks like one. He talks like one. His attitude is that of one. Let me be clear about something else. I don't have a problem with beta males. There's nothing wrong with beta males. Everybody can't be alpha. At the end of the day, everybody can't be alpha. So there's nothing wrong with beta males. But the problem is low value or low budget beta males in training trying to become something that they will probably never ever be.